While traveling through the city of Troezen, King Aegeus of Athens lay with the princess Aethra, and she bore him a son named Theseus. King Aegeus returned to Athens and left Aethra to raise their son, knowing his enemies would try and kill any heir to the Athenian throne. Aegeus left a sword and sandals for the boy under a large stone, with the promise that once he was strong enough to claim them, he could come to Athens and be received as son and rightful heir to the king of Athens, making his mother very proud in the process. So Theseus prepared himself for the journey ahead and considered his travel options. The voyage from Troezen to Athens by ship was no great length, and with his hitherto supposed father being presiding, the voyage would certainly be safer than on land. But Theseus was such a fan of the tales of Heracles and his adventures that he went against his family's wishes and opted to take a long and dangerous journey over land, spreading justice and punishing all those that offered him violence on his way, just like Heracles. First of all, he came upon the bandit Periphetes in Epidaurus. With his iron club in hand, he seemed a formidable adversary for Theseus. But Theseus was eager to prove himself and brace himself for combat with Periphetes. In a flash, it was over for Periphetes, and Theseus kept his club to signify his own strength. It was at the Isthmus of Corinth that Theseus encountered his second adversary, Sinis, the Pine Bender, whose wicked snares had been used to murder many a hapless traveler. Theseus proved his cunning by killing Sinis with his own trap, which was extremely graphic and would mentally scar Sinis's daughter Perigune for the rest of her life. Theseus took her to his bed, and she bore him a son before he continued on. Theseus got word of a wild sow called Phaia that was terrorizing the town of Chromium. He killed Phaia, or possibly a bandit woman of the same name. At the cliffs of Megara, when the robber Sciron ordered Theseus to wash his feet, he killed him. When Cercyon, the Akkadian wrestler, challenged Theseus at Eleusis, he killed him too. In Irenaeus, there lived a man named Damastes, who would invite people to use his bed and then brutally stretch or cut them to fit into it, killing them. Theseus only saw it fit to return the hospitality. Big surprise. After a ceremony to remove the guilt of bloodshed, Theseus enjoyed a pleasant evening of wine and feasting in which nobody died. Things were not well in Athens. Before Theseus arrived, the witch Medea had shacked up with the king, and when she learned of Theseus's identity, she kept it from the king and advised him to invite Theseus as a foreign guest so they could poison him. At the banquet, Theseus thought it best not to announce himself as Aegeus' son, but instead to give some kind of clue to his father. And so, as the meal began, the wine was served, Theseus thought to draw his family sword and cut the meat, making sure to catch his father's eye. The king noticed the sword and quickly raced over to dash the cup away so that no one important was hurt. Then, father and son were finally reunited.